Overpass, which is obviously the mousesports pick. I haven't been this surprised by North American results since Netcode Guides played against iBuyPower. It's kind of a big upset.
Huge upset. I remember reading about that.
I know, yeah.
Very controversial.
But that's kind of a throwaway issue at this point. Now, the thing on this map was they actually were getting it going reasonably early on. I mean, it's not as though this was a back and forth game. It wasn't really. It was Mouse who were trying to get back into the equation, and Gobby, who had that good performance on the first map, was non-existent on this one. He was MIA.
Yeah.
Finally, Nico next has a good map. Great. Oh, that's right. Nico doesn't show up. So really kind of confusing on the mousesports side of things. A lot of force-ups over on the Conquest side. I mean, there's rounds where they were buying, like for example, Shazam just straight up bought off on the third round against Tech9. So they were willing to play a very gambly, risky style of game. But it was working for them. So when it does work out, you can't criticize too much. I think overall, a surprising but impressive win by Conquest.
Yeah, I mean, and again, perhaps it's just one of those things. I mean, we thought normal service had been resumed. You know, we started to get a handle on the tournament, and Conquest have thrown in the curveball again. I had no sort of measure of how good they were going to be on Overpass, and I don't even think it's one of those things we can say, oh, well, mousesports, you know, they didn't play particularly well. Actually, they were really never in the game. Like, it was just Conquest had such a dominant performance. It was all predicated on Shazam, actually. Really effective AWPing, you know, some nice clutch rounds. And they even matched them on the pistols again, which is, you know, such a hard thing to do, as we highlighted in the pre-show. So the Conquest fairy story just keeps going and going.
I think at this point, you can't even just call it an upset. Because an upset normally is you come in, you do like CLG's done in the past, you win one map. You do like the Luminosity guys used to, you get one big win on one map. It's not really that much of an upset when you're winning maps left and right off these top teams, and you're playing these teams close non-stop throughout the tournament. Whether it lasts beyond these couple of days, I don't really know if we can say that. But these couple of days have been magical for Conquest.
Yeah, and we talked about pistols again. Last map we highlighted Chris Jace as our BenQ player of the match. And now this player of the map for BenQ is going to be Rush's ace. Again, 16th round, well, second pistol.
What else can it be? I mean,
best band ever.
We talked about Rush in the pre-show, about how he was someone that has a cool head, and he's actually quite a smart player. Well, this showed the other part of his game, like really aggressive, you know, not a lot of thinking involved. He's just getting headshots left, right, and center. So he's already dropped 2 at this point. Yes, the camera's concentrating on Naf at the moment. Obviously, it's going to move over to Rush in a second when it happens. You can see, so mousesports here are coming back for this retake. Things are looking pretty good for the CTs at this point. Shazam whiffs a little bit, gets absolutely wrecked. I mean, that was bad by Shazam. Now Rush just goes into overdrive. 1 headshot, 2 headshot, and then just gets that final kill there for the pistol ace. Amazing positioning, amazing crosshair placement, and again, really intelligent and aggressive play combined. So Rush had a very good series as well.
Yeah, and that's exactly when mousesports needs to crawl back in and start their fight back from a 5-10 down, and you know, Rush says nope, not right now. So again, well played by them. Again, an upset, if you will, in the sense of map choices. But again, they're going to take another top-level team to the 3rd map.
Yeah, and they just will not go to bed. They will not go to bed, and that's what I've been saying throughout. You know,
I mean, I'd have a hard time going to bed if I was Shazam as well. Yeah, some of the things he's done and said, you know, hard to get a good night's sleep. You know, I bet he sleeps like a baby.
I thought you meant it's just hard to go to bed with someone else. That was where you're going with it.
No one's going to bed with him, mate.
So there you go, the double whammy. But no, look, Shazam's had an amazing tournament. They've all really played individually well, and obviously Dabs might not be troubling the scoreboard, but he must be doing something right if he's an in-game leader.
Troubling me on the scoreboard, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, real amazing play from Conquest, and I just wonder if it's going to get in mousesports' heads a little bit now, you know, because you saw them, they were all smiles and grins, even at 10-5 down. Pistol Ace just absolutely wrecked them self-confidence, and they didn't seem to have the same sort of drive and fortitude that Conquest have shown time and time again. So Cash, decider, wide open.
Yep, and we're going to talk about that after the break. Quick little commercial break. Players get themselves reorganized, go to the bathroom, have a smoke break. We're going to do the same. We'll come back. We'll talk about Cash. Someone's winning it. Someone's going to play Virtus Pro next.
I become what I became again? Will I become what I became when we were only friends? If not, I think I might just write again. 'Cause I remember when you said it's the smartest way if all we stay as friends. 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 Will I become your star or just a trend? Will I become the nothingness that you will call your friend? If not,
All right, welcome back, folks. We are here at the MLG Arena in Columbus, Ohio, finishing out CEVO's Pro League Season 8. Last semifinal, last map of the semifinal, all comes down to cash. Mousesports taking on Conquest.
That's the title of Duncan's autobiography, as it happens. It all comes down to cash.
6 Skrilla.
Indeed. Well, look, so we've got a bit of previous here, haven't we? Because we obviously know that Conquest can play this map.
Yes.
North American teams have always traditionally done well in it. It's hard to think of a North American team that at some point hasn't favored cash heavily in the map pool. Even when Cloud9 were, a dominant force, it feels like another lifetime now, even though it wasn't all that long ago. That was one of their pocket picks. They would very often go to cash. I mean, it wouldn't always win it, but it would always be super competitive. So it was embraced by the NA scene kind of before it sort of disseminated down and came into the European scene. So the idea that these guys aren't going to be competitive on this map would be nonsensical, frankly. In terms of mousesports, I've said I think they could be very, very good on this map. It's a map that Chris J's always done well on traditionally. It sort of plays to his strengths, is that aggressive AWPer, and having a team that's willing to sort of boost him in that mid area and play infantry picks and stuff. So I think this will be a super competitive game. I still got to give the edge to mousesports, but this is going to be close. This is going to be edge of the seat stuff.
We see you have a poll up, and again, it's shifted a little bit to the Mousesports' favor.
I mean, you've got to give credit to the Conquest guys in as much as, okay, the map they lost wasn't close as in they weren't in the game to win it, but they got rounds. They've shown us time and time again on almost all the maps they've played in the tournament, they're getting rounds. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I do think Mousesports should control Seaside, and I think as a result, this should be a good win for Mouse. But I mean, the way it's going at the moment, hey, maybe Conquest can get the double digits.
Now, and again, to bring up your point, Richard, this is the final map of last night's matchup, didn't it?
Against Dignitas.
16-13 was the final, I think. So the question begs, was Mousesports awake? Did they take this match for granted? Did they watch that match either today or last night?
Look, what you got to remember is Cash has obviously come out in the randometer. So the idea that Mousesports would have been preparing for Cash, when you have a random pick element to it, obviously you don't know if it's going to come out or not. All they know is that there's a slim chance it might. They've controlled the veto. Let's be real. I think Mousesports had the veto they wanted. They got them on overpass. Yep. They blew what should have been a 2-0 at that juncture. They played them on Inferno, right? Took their map. I mean, this was as good a veto as mousesports could have hoped for, really. Maybe, I don't even know what you want to throw in as a third map instead of cash in their favor, you know, with the way the bans went. So, did they stay up and prepare for this? Actually, probably not.
Yeah.
Because you don't, you know, it's got this tiny little margin of, you know,
the possibility,
possibility that it's going to come in. And plus, mousesports have enough in the locker to be good on cash anyway.
Any change in your prediction? I'll give you one
No,
last
no, no.
shot to become North American fans, gentlemen.
This is the
One
right
more
map.
time.
This is the right map for mousesports. No one's defecting Scoots.
Break my heart,
Mousesports
man.
is going to
Breaking
win.
It ain't the Cold War now,
It's going to
brother.
be an
Breaking my heart,
all-European
man.
final, like the tradition at these CEVO lands that I've been at, Scoots. And I think Nico's going to return after going a bit MIA on overpass.
All right.
And they'll win the game.
I mean, this is a map that plays to like the strengths of the hard hitters for mousesports. Nico especially is going to be able to do work on this. Chris J is going to do work on it. Nex has had some ridiculous performances on it in the past, the previous land. So I just think there's no need to change it. This is mousesports. It's going to be like 16-10, something like that.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Jackasses. All right, we're going to do it. Last map is cash. Do or die time. Who's going to play Virtus Pro? Helium and Launders.
EU over NA confirmed.
Take it away.
Oh, you got us laughing up here. All right, here we go. Into cash. The NA proving grounds, if you will, as Launders will just correct me and say Canada. As three members here repping the Canadian flag inside the game is Conquest. And mousesports, of course, from Germany, traveling here. And first map they've dropped to Conquest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. I mean, they did lose that map. In the last 3 mousesports have won this map 8 times, lost at 7, all to very good teams. Conquest, we saw them take the series yesterday, starting out here on the T side, I think, once again. And it won't be easy. Chris J actually getting so much info. No one was spotting this. He could just sit in Sunroom, control rotations. They can go and stack A if they want to. And just play a fast rotate to B. The thing is that Conquest have also gotten mid control, so it might not matter, but he will be afforded a couple of lurk frags if it is the case that they decide to go B. And look at this.
Wow, Dennis.
The push denied.
So aggressive.
But this might make
Gets
you forget
gooshed.
that other parts of the map might be pushed. Chris J is still in a very, very strong position, and 2 players going over towards B. Interesting rotations, but this is why mid control is so important.
Well, they will be coming through the vents. Rush, it looks like he might be taking point again. Chris J starts it off with the first kill. There's Daps, though, answering back. Chris J missing some there and taking out from Stanislaw. So Chris J in Sunroom, he's down. God B now, he was the pistol god on Inferno, and here it comes again. He grabs 2 headshots, denying the cross. It's Shazam and Stan versus 3 right now. Remember, Dennis took that 90 damage very early on in the round. He's holding out to the left here. Stanislaw going to switch that weapon. We'll have to reload it as well, only with 6 bullets.
I think they know Gobbis, or I guess Dennis. Wow, too quick on the trigger. Oh my goodness.
Headshot anyway. HP wouldn't have mattered. 2 versus 2. Oh no, he crashed. Monitor went black right there, so I don't even think Dennis was able to fight back.
I don't know if he was talking about Dennis.
Yeah, good point. And now it's Stan wedged in here. Nico, I think, knows where he is. He's just got to hit that shot. Stan going to keep mobile, but Nico moving in too fast. Shazam in the sight, gets the 1, turns, and finds the second kill onto Nico. Conquest taking the round, but maybe an asterisk on it as some technical problems here for mousesports.
Not sure what problem had occurred, but wow, that 1v2. I thought it was just going to be, you know, the round over. Shazam left on the site with such low HP. Bound to lose it anyway, but Conquest still managed to grab it. And I think Dennis peaked, and then Stanislaw just ripped him when he went to get the bomb.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the case?
I think so. I'm not sure who they were talking about. Maybe they'll clarify. I'm sure someone will get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Obviously want to keep it fair and competitive. It's going to be a good game either way, but that was almost a really nice hold. God B getting those 2 frags, the bomb down. But Stanislaw, man, that second shot, yeah, I'm pretty sure Dennis just peeked and Stanislaw just absolutely ripped him. And also Chris J from Sunroom, as he peeked the left side, ran over to the right side, completely got pre-fired. Just totally anticipating Chris to peek that side. He had absolutely no idea what was about to hit him.
So we're paused up on Cash here. which again, going to be a decent map for Conquest. Last night they faced a high pressure situation on it. It was the map 3 of their series versus Dignitas, and they ended up taking it 16-13, right?
Yeah.
So they've dealt with the pressure on this map before. They've started out somewhat strong. Unfortunately, it has gone right into a pause. And we can see the money is, pretty low as it normally is. Will they go for the force buy? Will they just upgrade the pistols on the side of mousesports?
Cobb says something in German.
You want me to
okay,
translate?
We're going to translate.
I'll try my best. Live translations.
Helium is our Google Translate.
Too many big words.
Too many big words. I can read them. Ertrung, Aufgrund, Sein hier, Verhig Kitan, als. Maybe your chat
You're
will
really
be able
reading
to
this? You're not reading it
transcribe
very well.
Hey, you read it.
Trug aufgrund seiner Fähigkeiten als
Show off.
Vorrangspieler den Spitznamen der Boss. Something about an early fragger, his nickname I think is the Boss. I don't know quite what he's talking about, but
Put that with the hyphens.
Trug is to carry, I think. So like he's carrying his I don't know what Fähigkeiten is, but anyways, hopefully it's nothing bad because we've said it a couple times on stream now.
Mm-hmm.
But still paused up for the time being. Trying to figure out what exactly is going on. I mean, not too much has happened so far, right? Just some nice
the only
pistol
thing
work.
I'm trying to draw.
Gaba B again had 2 really nice shots to highlight for him.
Yeah.
He was huge on Inferno with the pistol kills.
He's definitely playing extremely well.
And he had a really bad map on Overpass in terms of fragging.
Yeah.
So to start off strong was pretty nice. And I think we've got some stats coming up for the man on your screen there. That's Rush.
Yeah.
Stand to his left.
The man who got all the clutch rounds yesterday, a lot of entries there on Overpass in the key rounds today, and I think has played outstanding in this tournament.
Hopefully we get those Rush stats up. And not like there's much to say, but some headphones off here, so.
Yeah, I think first kill is really important. His HSP is going to be way up there, and I think there will be something to say about clutch kills as well.
I mean, I could probably beat them to the punch. I've got the technology right now. We've got Rush so far.
Yeah, 93 ADR and
that's just it's the land bracket stage, which is just this series so far. So these are his stats just in this match.
Just in the series.
Yeah. So I mean, to have 93.4 ADR, plus 11 on the KD and 13 efficacy, that's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely doing his part. It still blows my mind time and time again how much impact Stanislaw actually has. But yeah, what was interesting was Shazam picking up the op on Overpass wasn't doing so great. When he was rifling, he was getting so many kills. He actually probably got the most entries on the B site on Overpass. Man, remember that round they threw that bad smoke? How does that happen? That you're talking about how small that tunnel was.
Oh, you're talking on Overpass?
Yeah, that one round.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the one they threw, because we saw the one smoke come out from Conquest where they lined it up off the sewer grate and spawn, tossed it over, and it did monster, bouncing off the train tracks. You can throw another one very easily, but it doesn't bounce off anything. It just kind of lands and slides into the short drain.
That one lands on the T side
of
Monster.
Yeah. That one. But they threw it. There's another one you throw that lands on the construction side.
No, they got the.
On short
I'm talking
drain.
about the short. I'm talking about short when they threw that bad smoke.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying you line it up the same way, and you just turn, your crosshair to the right, throw it, and they were just off lining it up.
Oh, I think we got Luminosity in the crowd, making an appearance.
There you go.
Going to the side of
Still
Conquest.
getting a lot of support here in North America, so that's very nice to see.
Canada.
Will you get off? Canada here, all right. You didn't even bring any maple syrup with you or anything like that,
No, I'll pour it out if we lose.
Dropping a 40 of maple syrup on the ground here if Conquest get to the finals. Well, guys, it looks like we're having a prolonged technical issue right now, and I'm sure the players are thinking, hey, the monitor went out, what's going to happen, what's in the rules? Well, they're going to get that squared away. Unfortunately, with the delay, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we get back, hopefully we'll be able to resume here on round 2 of the third map, the decisive map between Conquest and mousesports. So stay tuned here.
here with you now. See your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Nothing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now. Here with you now. Here with you. Rather be no other place than here with you now. Rather be no other place than here with you. I see your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. Nothing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now. Here with you now. setting high, but I can never love. No, I can never love. I could do the things she wants, the things I did without. But I can never love. No, I can never love. Wish I could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone. Someone just like you, just like you. Wish I could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone. Someone just like you, just like you. You're a treasure in the sea, an adventure that I need. You're a treasure in the sea, an adventure that I need. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone. There's someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone. Someone just like you, just like you. Someone just like you, just like you. Someone just like you, just like you. Our backs against the wall. It seems impossible, but there's nobody else I want by my side, standing with me to take this fight through the rise and fall. With our fearless hearts, we could be ours, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends if we all go down. If our time is now, we could let everyone know we were here. Could be legends. We dream so colorful. Oh, we love so strong. The world is relentless, the city won't sleep. It heart and soul brings you to your knees. But we can face it all. With our fearless hearts, we could be ours, and we could live for 1,000 years. We could be legends. If we all go down,
Welcome back, everybody. A bit of a problem starting in the first map there of Cash, but to let everybody know, we have agreed, since it was a hardware fault, both teams in agreement to restart here, so we go back into round 1, seeing a second pistol. What will happen here? Blonders.
Yeah, it looks like there won't be the ability for Mouse to get away with a push. Wow, what a clean shot from Next. And a second and a third. No trades coming out.
Wow. So Nex's monitor is working. Stanislaw now trying to pick up the pieces here. He's at half HP. He's got that Molotov. Chris J takes down Rush. So now Stan completely alone, and it's looking like it will be a flawless round from mousesports. The headshots don't lie. So it looks like mousesports taking the first round now.
Huge round from Nex as
yeah,
Conquest took mid-control once again, but instead of taking it a little bit more slowly and waiting to cause some rotations, they decided to push through into CT spawn next. However, the man waiting said, "You shall not pass." Took 3 down really quickly, and now mousesports take the first pistol. Conquest moving in the second round with a couple of head armor buys, which is really interesting. Like, not everyone spending their money, not most people spending their money, just kind of like a half and half, and not even with like that many nades. This is kind of weird. Like, Rush and Nafly have armor. I guess it's because you want to send them in first. Hopefully they get their entries. If not, everyone dies.
All right. Conquest trying to fly in. Dennis, though, just spraying down, knowing where that squeaky door is, even through the smoke. Finds one, but Rush shooting into highway with that P250. Takes out Dennis, so 1 for 1 thus far. Nades going in, keeping Conquest from taking the site. Nap with that armor is low, but still finds a headshot. He goes up over the red box. Brings down Next. Nico and now Gabi moving in with that UMP, finds a frag. Rush and Daps left on very, very low HP. They have planted the bomb here, and that's very, very big for Conquest moving forward. mousesports, no problem closing out this round as the bomb's already been defused. And Daps still alive. Can he cause some more damage? No one's even going to push. No reason to kill him. He just has a P250. But the bomb went down. Some armor was bought. It looks like Conquest will maybe find themselves with armor pistol one more time at least.
Yeah, they did what they wanted to do on that round. I think they were planning to hopefully win it, but because everyone spent their money, they won't be able to buy up here completely. Instead, we'll go for another kind of half armor buy. This time, Stanislaw and Daps buying the armor. So that is kind of interesting. You know, if you plan to save the 2 rounds, maybe one round 2 people buy armor, maybe the other round 2 other people buy armor. It's an interesting way to look at the economy.
Nice taps there from Dennis. Chris taking down 1 and then a second. And we see Dennis's 2 kills in the middle. So that's Daps all alone with the Deagle. He's the one guy that went in for the armor also. It's going to be tough for him. He'd like to bring somebody down. But nope, P90 will have none of that. Next, close, hanging on with 3 HP. But a flawless round for mousesports. That's going to build up your economy going into the first rifle.
Yep. And Conquest here will be looking to buy up. Shazam is the only man who didn't buy armor in the first 2 rounds because he wanted to be able to afford it up. We all have our vices as one of his. So definitely has had really high impact on T-side of like any of the players of the tournament on T-side opping. I mean, it's been really a T-sided affair in some situations. And Nico here over at A is boosted up. I think is the man to kind of spot everything. Not soloing A in a sense though. Where's our 5th man? Actually, oh, sorry, excuse me. He is accompanied.
So Dennis was harder to spot there on the minimap, but also on the A site, and another man at the truck. That's going to be next. Gob B holding on to the Z connector, and Chris J is that solo man with an M4A1S for now on the side of mousesports. Shazam looking over the boost, but finding nobody. Gob B with the passive setup there, and he's actually just gone over to the B site. So mid is open for the taking here in the mid round if Conquest were to want it. They're still spread out. You got Nafly working in the squeaky room. But some players starting to throw some stuff over at B. That was actually a CT smoke.
Maybe they can work around that.
Yeah, that was a weird one for sure. Still a lot of time, 40 seconds. Next holding the lockers, close angle with the P90 will peek out, want some information. Still spotting nobody. The bomb to be dropped as they look to make their entrance. Beautiful flash, great teamwork from Next. And I'm assuming Dennis or Nico through that. Next finding the triple kill with the P90. Now pulling up the Deagle. He's had some great shots with that. Surviving on 2 HP, able to fall back. Rush taken down. There's Nico, another A defender. And now Dennis. So a flawless round from the 3 men at A.
Yeah. Next, asking for that flash at the correct moment. He's the one conveying the information, right? You can get flash at any time, but he's the one who hears the footsteps and asks for it at the correct moment. And then getting those 2 kills with that P90, and then switching over to the box. So Stanislav comes in checking out the right side of A main because his teammates were so flash they couldn't call it. And he peeks out and gets the 3rd kill. That's really, really nice play from him.
All right, so we're going into round 5 right now. Just 3 flashes and some upgraded pistols. Nafly with that Deagle, so maybe you can get some damage done. Still going to be a tall order. Chris J peeking in aggressively into that B warehouse. Might have spotted Nafly as he shifted over the sunroom. Now we hear some footsteps. Flashes going in. A nice one there that's going to slide and blind Chris J. He can see again, however. Gets one coming through. No, he doesn't get Stan coming through the vent. Stan opens it up with the kill. More flashes going in, delaying the aggression for Conquest. Gabi in the site. Good for 1. Next, spraying down another 2. The bomb's been dropped there in the cross. Naf unable to find anything, so it's Stan, the one who found the first kill on the round.
Stan, who came out of vents, is now in upper B.
Yeah, how did that even happen? Pushed all the way through CT, and almost the entire rotation came through middle vents or even behind through the B warehouse.
So at this point, just wants to try to find a lurk frag. I mean, the longer he waits, the more likely this is to be cleared. I mean, just hard cleared, but at the same time, can't decide to move out at any moment and catch someone on patrol. Conquest won't take their first round. We'll start off 0-5. This was a bad sign for them on Inferno. Had a really rough start to begin with. And I think one of the reasons they were able to take the last map so convincingly, Overpass, is because they won both pistols. There's Stan. Spotted.
Yeah, he sat still for about 20 seconds. So I was kind of wondering, I was looking over to see if they were talking, maybe using that time that he was alive in this round to just talk about the next, because they will have a bye coming up here going into round 6, so maybe taking some extra time with it.
One thing that was good for Mouse were the flashes into the site. I mean, Conquest got that entry, obviously Stan coming out of the vent, but when they got to the site, they really couldn't get across it. With no smokes for CT and upper, the rotates came out just in time. Gob managed to stay alive, and I think they were full flash the entire time. I mean, I think Gob just asked them to rain flashes on the site to delay.
Yep. Yeah, the counter flashes were really, really good from mousesports.
Whoa.
Shazam, quick peek through the flames. Doesn't connect with anything. Now we'll drop off the boost.
That was actually a bad molly. Didn't actually go all the way to the end of boost. And maybe it was thrown offhand, but... Whoa, we'll see the head.
Oh, nicely done. Through the box.
Who's that? That's Dennis.
So now next we'll take over that position. He'll be a little bit more careful. Shazam's still waiting for someone to come out of Z. It's not going to happen. They've got the man advantage. They've got a lot of time to work with this. That's going to be Stanislav pulling off of the B warehouse. He was watching in case anyone were to push. So grouping for A, it looks like.
Off the very little, sample data we have, them versus Dignitas on this map. One thing that was really important from Dignitas, apart from the pistol rounds, was the fact that they were managed to find the opening kill almost every single round.
Yeah.
This round, Conquest do open it up, and when they were able to do that, did have fairly good aggressive executes on the site.
Rush was blind, but not blind enough. You can see again, got a kill. Nico finds 2. So does Rush. 3 versus 2. Man advantage for Conquest. They got to get that bomb down. Fire going all over the site. Fire onto the highway as well to stop progress by Gob B. Chris J's at the truck. He will flash in. Shazam holding this angle. Chris J might just peek this slow also. And Rush, I think that's Rush holding out. Oh, he's just in the default plant spot still, so Gob B walking in very quietly. There's a nice shot from Shazam. Realizes the other player's coming for him, and Rush there for the trade and to preserve that op for Shazam. Conquest get their first round here.
Gob almost had a perfect straight transfer on a Rush there after killing Shazam, walking all the way up. Shazam, really good reaction time on Chris J, who will most likely hit that shot and get the kill with a pre-fire if he lines it up properly half the time. But in that situation, once the bomb was down, I think it was very favorable for Conquest in that 2v2. But again, super close round, and it did come down to a 1v1, so Conquest need to win this. Otherwise, it's going to be a really big struggle for the money, and Stanislav goes down right at the beginning of the round. Not a good sign.
Yeah, I guess Stan was running out of the lower mid to allow Shazam to maybe find the opening kill and at least get the trade, which would be favorable to Conquest on the T side, but it doesn't happen that way. Chris J gets his kill for free. Nico taking quite a bit of damage through that opened squeaky door, and that's Naf that is there. We'll probably see him there on almost every round lurking, and even if they're going for the A takes, I'm sure he'll be coming out squeaky.
Shazam getting shot through the box on boost, susceptible to any nade damage. Chris won't be sure that he hit him, but Shazam will surely play a little bit more carefully now.
Nico setting up a quad on the ledge. Oh, actually, we'll leave now. They've called for the boost to go over the.
Just honestly, just when you see the smokes come out, the flashes come out, you peek up right after, and it's a great way to get a kill, and you can fall off so easily.
Yeah, they're going to wait for that catwalk smoke to bloom, and then, yep, there's the flash going out and grabs one. Actually, that was just Rush. He's still able to get daps. Now they know Rush has gone over to the forklift. He finds one kill there. Nico moving through the smoke gets Shazam. He won't be allowed out. Napfly shoots him down. Gobby finds Rush. It's all onto Nap right now, peeking off the left side of the forklift. Gobby stopping that one. He finds a 2K on the round. And just like that, it's 6-1.
Yeah, super. Smile on the face of Nico. Worked around that smoke really nicely. Got that extra frag and locked down the A side after taking quite a bit of damage in the early round. Conquest now on the back foot. Really low on money. Well, they have to eat this loss pretty much. I mean, are really good at getting plants on ecos. Are also pretty good at winning eco rounds. But mousesports have a very stable economy, very firm hold. Rush has to buy zone. I don't know if that was a misbuy. It must have been. And drops it to Daps. Whoa.
More bullets are more better, maybe, the reasoning there. It's got to be another 2K on this round. Next, coming through the vents, stops Rush, and Shazam also falling. Next grabs 2 frags as well, on a pretty clean round, and the Bison, yeah, got 64 bullets, but they weren't able to do much, and they don't do much against armor anyways.
Yeah, pretty much rubber bullets versus armor. You know, no. Again, this is that was a money-breaking round. This is the first one we've seen actually. Conquest in Inferno were able to, after winning a round, put 2 together, put 3 together, actually stage a comeback on the T side. Here, they had their money broken. They lost the pistol round, they lost the first rifle round, and then they won a round and had their money broken. So this is going to be that was a 3-for-1 round. That was a very, very convincing one. On top of that, from mousesports, wasn't even close.
All right, Chris J getting aggressive, peeking in A main with that op. Dennis also with an op, so mousesports pulling that double op setup. Chris J going to be at A, kind of sliding in between that and middle, and Dennis is also there. So both ops are just in the A site right now. Watching highway from site is Chris J, and Dennis watching A main, and Chris J finds one.
Yeah, Chris.
And out in middle next, peeking from the Z connector. Shuts down the hopes of just the pistol round. Will they even find a kill on it? Force at least one rebuy. Not looking too likely as Daps, yep. Chris J, 2K for him.
It absolutely was. And now, again, you can't count him out. This is the last map of the series. Whoever wins this map goes to the finals. It's the first time that mousesports have lost a map in the entire tournament, are 5-1 now.
Conquest have angered.
And about halfway, yeah.
The mousesports.
Yeah. I mean, and for good reason. They played out of their minds. And here, mousesports are halfway to a final of a big tournament for them.
Well, even when Conquest has fallen behind, they've usually been able to step back into the match at least a little bit. Keep it competitive, 8-1. I mean, this early, it is looking like a pretty big disparity in rounds. But here we go, a 1-for-1 trade. That will favor Conquest. But here's Dennis, nearly a 2-for-1. But Rush taking him out. Next, however, getting 2 once again from middle. Next playing that position so great. And Shazam with the op left in a 1 versus 3. He does have the bomb. He's got that going for him. Spots the head, tries to take the shot. 2 men on the white truck here for mousesports. Not willing to peek Shazam now that they 100% know he's got the op. It's Shazam that's got to make the moves.
This is an absolutely winnable round. Honestly, it's a 1v3, but he has the bomb, and he has the entire site, even though he doesn't know it. Though no one has peeked him yet, so he's just going to have to assume, because that's one of the risks that you'll need to take. An A main flank hasn't occurred just yet, and so yeah, ultimately he will be able to get the bomb down.
And for good measure, checks most of that quad position. Still looking to get that kill and make it at least a 1 versus 2 to get the bomb down. He'll have to go for the fake plant if anyone's going to push him, and that's exactly what happens. Chris J jumps out, takes the shot.
Ooh, what an angle.
But there's Nex with the triple. Once again, Nex at middle has been a thorn in Conquest's side, just always shutting them down. Even if Conquest gets a favorable trade, Nex shows up and says, nah.
Yeah, and in a fight to not putter to a halt here, Dabs calls it pause. I assume it will be tactical. If we look at mousesports' money, I mean, we got over 10K apiece on every single player except for Dennis, who has 5. And on top of that, I think there are 2 ops on the board. Conquest, actually, after that rifle run, or again, are in this 2-for-1. I mean, they're down to 4 losses in a row after a win. It's just the worst place to be in economically. And there's no one to blame but themselves. They really haven't been able to shut it down. I mean, in the A site. The closest they brought it to was a 1v1, which they won. That was the closest time they were able to win a round. That was the only time they won a round. Every other round has been very convincing from Mouse. I mean, you got to give it up to them. They just have such control of the CT side, and it's hard to say what Conquest can do better. The thing is that opening up rounds is key, but when they broke out mid, they got that entry, and then we had the counter boost from Gob to even up immediately, and he managed to stay alive. So they brought it to 4v4, and they stayed alive, and it seems like mousesports are comfortable not playing mid specifically even to hold it.
Well, the crowd not quite giving up yet. You hear the I believe chants.
Why should they?
Exactly. They got to help out their team. They got to be the 6th man. I guess they got a coach, so maybe the 7th man at that point, but
That's the rules.
all right, next, once again, out in middle, Will Smoke lower and Molotov up top. Nicely done. You're going to dissuade that boost, which not actually even coming out here for Conquest. They've just got the pistols. They got some armor, so that helps them a little bit. Chris J with the op and headshot, and Gob B. Oh, Will actually fought a Daps, who's just flying out of the vents. Chris J in sight now gets one, is very blind, but so was his attacker, so Chris J lives to fight another day. Next, jumping up upper, only gets one frag. Stan brings him down, and Nafly now, the B site open for business. Stan going to get that bomb down, and it's going to be the retake. Dennis and Nico on that. This would be quite a round for Conquest to win. They didn't have that much money put into it. Didn't really have that much to spend. Dennis already set in checkers, and attacking from the CT side will be Nico. Smoke out to the blue tarps. Some flashes in from both sides.
Not sure what that smoke was specifically for. So I guess that
Maybe
makes
some sort of confusion, I suppose.
Evan a little bit easier to clear. Nico is going to be the man to push up and give that information to Nico.
Oh, Naf hits his first shot. That's Nico down. Now it's all on Dennis right now, taking the headshot ledge approach. Good against the Opera, but Stan's still there with an AK. He finds Dennis. Conquest get their second round on a force buy.
2v4 on the force up, and that's one thing that Conquest have been able to do really well. In the late round situations, in the half buy situations, they have no problem with explosiveness. On Inferno, we saw them on the full buy not being explosive enough, but on their T sides, almost never having a problem. Here in this map, even though it's been 9 rounds for Mouse, it's been a handful of rifle rounds. Conquest, I think, have a lot of hope to hold on to, and can now try to secure 2 in a row, which is honestly their most important issue.
Oh,
however they make it happen. No boost and a full A that they were going up against. That could have been a crucial boost.
Yeah, that would have been massive. Still, the incendiary making life difficult for Conquest. They get the smoke down to block off the quad angle. Rush pushing through. They have not decided to smoke truck, and that's, I think, where next strikes from. It is indeed Shazam striking back, though, and nearly connecting with the no-scope. Daps is going to find the frag, but it's 2 versus 3. mousesports with the man advantage. Bomb not even down yet. Bomb actually just reverting and going back out to the mid room. Chris J is actually pushing up a little bit with his op. The bomb has been thrown down. There's time to work with. Conquest going to try to even up the numbers here before they worry about taking that bomb into a site.
Really interesting. Chris is absolutely hearing Stan here. And oh, does he do some damage? No, misses the shot. Allows lost down through, and now they have to find him again. I mean, he's done making noise. Daps is over in mid, and I wonder what the plan is. You know, the communication in these situations is what separates tiers and teams.
Oh, Daps will go down. He loses that battle, and Stan. Good shot as he's running away. Gob B getting that kill. mousesports into the double digits already, and still a few more rounds to go in the first half.
You see Nico making these plays, and you get so worried because, or for the other team, because you see him flash through smoke, and you realize like he's going to be able to find something, find a kill, probably get the safety, probably find a second kill, and so maybe A site is much harder for them to take. Conquest have a round at B, and I think the other round was at A in a 1v1 where they got the bomb down, but again, late round situations have been haunting them. I think it's just Conquest that need to bring it, or try to bring it to these late round situations.
Oh, Nex actually gets that frag through the smoke here at middle. Goes on to Rush. Nafly also taking damage. The crisscross smokes came out, and instead of going into the vents, Conquest will actually just push through them. They're trying to set up on both sides of A. Daps has gone very far highway with his Tech 9. We'll find a player caught out with the nade, and he gets them both. Massive entries for Daps, giving Conquest a chance here. 3 versus 3, now 2 on 2, as Naf and Nico both fall for their respective teams. Both CTs making the rotation up the right truck side. Stanislaw at the fork, but Chris J with that op. Hitting him very, very quickly. It's all on Shazam now behind quad. Can he try to isolate the 1v1s? It's going to be difficult. He's on 23 HP, pretty much one shot, and he will go down. He gets Chris J, but he can't transfer in time. Gob B wins the very, very brief 1v1. mousesports now up to 11 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, almost going all in on that round, just investing a lot of money and then bringing it to a super late round. I'm sure Stanislav is kicking himself right now for trying to rotate out to A main that late in the situation. If he had gotten out there right away, no one would have come around truck, but to do it at that moment, I think was maybe a little bit of a lapse of judgment considering where he expected the rotations to come from. But either way, Conquest, only 2 rounds right now. mousesports, strong lead. 11 rounds, by far met their quota. I think like anything above 8, they're going to feel pretty good about, especially barring a pistol.
Well, 11-2 on a map with a pretty even score line. We'll see how it goes in the next half. Conquest still trying here. Bit of a forced up Shazam with that AK. He was massive with it on overpass. Chris J though going to bring down Stanislav. And still fighting. Gabi will push through as that smoke goes. Shazam setting up the blue tarps. Might have spotted Gabi. Somehow gets Chris J as well.
Back.
Massive for Shazam. 2 versus 2 right now. The bomb to be planted. Dennis is down, so it's all on Nico right now. Shazam with the 3K. Keeping the hopes alive for Conquest. Trying to keep mousesports off of 12 rounds. Will Nico crush their spirits? Pop flash goes out. Nico probably was hurt walking on wood, so that means he's upper. He's worked out onto this little catwalk, now dropping off. Wants to clear out checkers, checks back first. Shazam, I don't think they know he's there quite yet. That'll be smoked off. Nico pushing forward, trying to get that 1v1 on the site, but Rush wins it anyway, and if he didn't, Shazam had pushed around to the other. The checker entrance to be would have had him shot in the back.
They did a great job just not giving him any openings for that kill. I mean, Rush, obviously, at some point you do have to spot for information. You can't just sit there on the site and not peek at all. Obviously, if Nico could have reacted in time to get that first kill, it would have been a whole different round. But I think the person to highlight the most of was Shazam turning that first entry into 2 more. I mean, a couple of them through the smoke too, both headshots. That was really, really crucial and important. And I think now Conquest with this 3rd round have a little bit more hope. An 11-4.5 is pretty much a disaster, but not exactly a tragedy. I don't even know what's worse, a disaster or a tragedy. I'm gonna go with tragedy. Oh, could have been an important kill, but he knows he's done good damage.
So 5 versus 5. We saw Shazam up on the boost. He had opened up a previous round, taking Dennis down through the headshot box, but no one peeking him this time, realizing Shazam is kind of the key to opening up these rounds, at least in middle. 4 people in A main. Looks like Rush is going in last, and it's going to be Daps that's gone over to the squeaky door, but Nico didn't even take a lot of damage. Gets the frag on to stand and is now in that smoke. Bit of a gap, finds 2 and finds a 3rd. Actually, it's next that grabs that one. Nico moving around the forklift with the secondary. Another 2, closing it out with a 4K here in the first half. There you go, add 1 to that, nicely done, 4K. And at the 12-3 half, mousesports got to be feeling really good right now.
Extremely good kill. I mean, if Conquest were able to get this pistol round, let's say it ends up 12-6, when you look at that score line, you know, just as a viewer, how does that feel? It doesn't feel that bad, depending on how the first rifle round goes, especially. But that's what's so powerful about a pistol round in the first place. The thing is for Mouse is that they're going to be confident on either side on this map in particular, and I think that their T side won't be a problem for them. It's going to be up to Conquest to have some really huge individual efforts, just like we saw from Nico on the A site, just like we saw from Nex on the pistol round, for example. I mean, those are huge individual performances that tally up to rounds in themselves.
So 12-3, obviously not the half that Conquest are looking for, but maybe something, a positive note is Conquest going into the second half will have to rely on getting that pistol round. That's going to be very important if they want to have a chance here. And Conquest throughout this tournament have been very, very good on their pistol rounds. So they got that going for them, but there's a lot of pressure on this one.
I feel like Mouse is the only other team that has been really good at securing the pistol rounds and has made it go back and forth for Conquest. If we look at Next, wow, he actually got 23 kills in that half, unbelievable.
And 6 assists.
It felt like
160 ADR.
Oh my, S plus.
We got to make up a new letter for that, for a grade for 160 ADR. That's just absolutely insane. Considering the highest is only 66.
I can't remember the last time I seen that in a half. Like every time you see 130, it's pretty amazing. 160.
We had in the first map, Guardian played here at the CEVO MLG Season 8 LAN. He was at 125 in one half. That was, I think, the highest I saw here.
I think I squeezed the bicep of Nex before the match started.
Is that what it
Maybe I
what did
moved
it?
like a capillary around or something like that. Just aligned his mouse arm. Got the blood flowing.
Yeah, that's what it was. Some ancient pressure point.
Yeah.
There, got his mouse arm going a little bit
Exactly.
better. Loosens it up. So, I don't know. In Conquest, a lot on this pistol. Rush, he had that Glock ace on overpass.
Yeah.
Maybe if he can do something like that again, it would be pretty crazy.
Hey,
But
Rush,
then,
can you
can you just Glock ace real quick? We're going to really need it. But don't forget, Rush has a pistol ace this tournament. So does Nico. Nico's got a pistol ace this tournament
Nico's
as well.
was beast as well. I feel like they were all. It was like 10 headshots in total.
Yes.
It was that was nice. They both got like. I think they both got all headshot aces. I might be wrong. Rush's
Yeah.
may not have been. Nico definitely was.
Well, you, at least with the Glock, you've got enough bullets that you can shoot everyone in the body like 10 times.
Yeah.
But with the USP, definitely, it was all headshots for Nico. He has been absolutely on point. Next, though, of course, is the man on fire this match, 160 ADR. Insane for a LAN performance.
We got that Conquest chant. They're spelling it out.
Remember, there's always a U after a Q, so don't mess it up. We got 3 Kevlars here for Conquest. Kid on Shazam and a few. There's a HE and a smoke. There's Stan starting off strong with 1 headshot, and he will find Chris J. There's Dennis strafing in. Daps in the sight, defending and hitting a nice headshot onto Nex. 4 versus 2. Daps another one. Gob moving at the headshot ledge and can do nothing with it. Dennis approaching and falling. Conquest to get the pistol. They got people on their feet on the Conquest side.
And I'm telling you, it's not over till it's over. Conquest stealing out that pistol round could mean a whole lot, though. They will have to, fortify their defenses in the face of what looks like it's going to be a force buy here. You know, mousesports aren't necessarily going to buy every round, and it looks like no, they're actually just investing in some upgraded pistols. Gob's the only one with armor, and I think mousesports want to remind themselves that they have such a great lead. They've only got to level 4 more.
Yeah, we've seen it do this a few times as well. Like, you just buy upgraded pistols again, and they feel pretty confident. We've seen them even get the plant down, then have rifles in the third if they've wanted it.
Yeah, I mean, you can win any round.
That is true. You can also lose any round.
Wow, that's very deep. I'm 14, and that was deep.
Yep. Nice. All right, Dennis, very, very close. Dangerous position. Shazam with that scout getting a run up on, but Nap's there to help him out. And Shazam very fortunate to be alive, I think. Here's Nico with that deagle. He takes down Rush. He's low on 15 HP, trying to do some quick peeks, find a headshot. That bomb has been planted. The retake coming in. Shazam landing the scout shot. Man stuck in default, and Nico hoping someone goes on that upper catwalk at A. Oh, tagging that player up. That was Daps, now flashing red. Oh my gosh, he's tagged 3 people just like that. He even got the headshot onto Stanislav. Nico, honestly, he almost won that. He hit all 4 of those players in the 1 versus 4.
He let everyone know.
He let everybody know.
Nico was actually 1v5 with a deagle from that spot like a month ago. Oh, the Conquest chat is strong. And yeah, I mean, that was a pretty costly round. Mousesports were able to get the bomb down, no armor, are going to be doing pretty much the same thing again, just trying to build up that economy and break the economy of Conquest. And it really is going to be an economic game for Conquest. Every player that they lose is so much more crucial when you're at a round deficit than when you have a lead.
All right, so we saw this similar buy after a plant in the second round from Mousesports when they didn't invest heavily in that second round. They just go for the pistol armor that'll allow them to have rifles in the next round and still gives them a chance on this one.
The Conquest actually don't play checker quite often. We have 2 players roughly in the site by the smoke, and I think next through a B main smoke. It's baiting out utility like that through a flash in, but a couple players towards A.
Oh
wow,
my
Nico
gosh,
on the corner of
Nico.
that smoke.
Continuing the deagle domination here on the A site. Napfly truck is now the only A defender, so the bomb going to go down again. So much money coming in for Mousesports. Conquest. It won't be the most difficult retake here. Well, of course, depending on what Nico gets done, because he's still alive. Gombi with the UMP. Now Nico's taken down. There's no more danger. Bomb easily defused. Conquest up to 6.
And again,
Still a lot of work to do, though, to make this comeback.
every kill's so important. The fact that we're able to keep 4 alive on that retake, especially considering they have weapons that they want to have in the next round. I mean, saving those buys is hugely important. And a couple of nice shots hit there versus that armor up. Now, Mousesports, 12-6 is that scoreline we're talking about. Here's the first rifle. They win this one. It's a 2-fer. Chris J's got that up. He was such a beast with it in the first half. Fully that carry that over. Will Shazam CT side opping. Best him.
All right, well, Shazam's heading over to A. Chris J right now into A main. No one there even to boost him, and Napfly's gone into the vents for the Conquest. defense, so he can help out with middle and help out with B.
Back.
It's awkwardly looking at each other. Both players maybe not too sure that they spotted one another, if they even did. So everyone survives there. Nico's opened the door, so Rush knows that something is going on at A, and that's going to be Shazam holding op, holding fence with the op.
Dennis wasn't actually waiting for that Molotov. Interesting. I mean, like, there was no B main smoke. Dennis could have just posted up and tried to catch him going into checker. It would have still been a hard shot, but he could have definitely done damage. I mean, they knew he was most likely going to be in vent, so if they didn't share that communication, that's a little bit of a mistake on the part of Mouse, who are going to be taking mid-late, it looks like, an anchor and sunroom, maybe so that they have a site to go to.
Molotov to the sandbags, and another one there in the vent, so mousesports being very careful not to get caught off guard, just checking these spots with the Molotovs so they can keep their guns, looking at highway, looking at middle, and Gabi having gone through the vents right now.
Will the bomb be
Dennis
spotted?
still in sunroom, so it's got to be going over to B with the bomb, I would expect. Next finds the opening frag on to Stanislaw. Daps now left defending. Rotation coming in here from Naf. And they both just get headshot like that from Nex. And Nex now, that was his 26th frag. Rush coming through the vents, can't best Dennis, and Shazam with the op.
Next in absolute god mode. I wonder if they saw the name tag of Nico, if they knew that it was going to be the other side to be taken as he came out of Squeaky, but maybe they didn't identify that, and I wonder if that cost them the round, though. I think the main point of interest there is that Molotov that flushed Daps out of his spot, out of his comfort zone, and Next getting that 3K. That was just beast mode. What is he, almost at 30? Yeah, it's 26, so his first kills of the half, and at a very crucial time, saving mousesports from losing a 1-for-2.
Yeah, losing that round would have put him onto another save, or at least a force buy into a rifle. Shazam still trying to keep the op, and he does. Hits the shot onto Nex. Shazam doing very nice for himself. Dennis and Nex fall to him. So they have the op as a chance in this round, and they actually have enough to buy against. Stanislaw and Rush are a little poor in like 3,700.
Yeah, definitely critical.
But Naf gets a full buy-in, and so does Shazam having saved.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't have that op, it might have been a different round. They might have decided to save and just decided to play from 14 instead. Are going to be sort of all-inning here, somehow able to afford quite a bit of utility. I think it's because they did such a great job on the anti-ecos after the
look
pistol
at
round.
this B push.
Oh, great push.
Conquest getting aggressive, maybe going back. This could be a sign of them returning to that no-fear style, getting very, very aggressive on an important round like that, finding the opening frag. Now they've got the man advantage, and now they can just go sit in sights, but they actually have to reset and get back into A.
I mean, they've got nothing to lose here. They are already at a huge deficit. They are not favorites. You know, they really should just be playing their game, and I hope that they will. mousesports to take mid control.
Yeah, Chris J with that op working up from highway could be pretty dangerous. No one is at Z. I think that's Naf making his way back into it. Yeah, it is. Naf gets the kill onto comp B. So now they know he's there. Chris J's got to worry about that a little bit more. Stanislaw going through the smoke and around the side of Nico. Nico's got into quad. I don't know if they've quite noticed it. Stan is aware someone passed by, and there he goes. Gets the FAMAS kill. Not super cleanly, but, you know, such are FAMAS kills a lot of the time. That one's a lot better. He gets Chris J with the headshot. Now it's all Nex. He'll have to ace for this if he wants it. Get in that first headshot onto Naf. Bomb way down there on open water. Nex going to have to go pretty far out. I don't think he'll have enough to, he doesn't even have enough to get out there. Thought if he did, he wouldn't be able to get back, but Rush says, nope, you're dying right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can catch someone pressing W, trying to get the bomb, and that's what the idea was there from Conquest while they were peeking. And ultimately, they could decide to double peek in this situation. They have triangulated Nex's position and really can ensure a trade frag, barring the most amazing kills. And Nex, you know, was the man to be afraid of, was looking for 30 in that round. But couldn't do it. Mouse and Conquest feel like off the back of that, saving that off and allowing the drop for their teammates. They win a round to keep themselves one round away from match point, or I guess two.
Yeah, one round away from making Conquest's life a lot more miserable, though. Always having to go for the buy rounds and the force-ups for the win, unless they want to save it up and try to get rifles out, but that would be a long comeback.
Nico just taking quite a bit of damage there off that Molotov, surprisingly enough. These smokes, quite interesting. I mean, both teams seem to be able to work around them.
Shazam hitting the shot. Rush getting Push on both sides will fall. Naf gets 2 from the fence position, drops the bomb. Dennis able to scoop it up and pick up a gun, has armor, and is planting here in the A site. So it's going to be up to the retake. Shazam taking a lot of damage from the Tech 9 of Chris J. Dennis peeking out, can't bring down Daps. Chris J too far away. I'll try to cause some more damage. He's got no chance to get back to the site to stop that defuse, though.
Yeah, no need to peek. Daps got the critical kill there. mousesports do not come away with a round win, and it's 13-8. I mean, it's still manageable so far in this half. I mean, so far in total, it's been very CT-sided. mousesports did win a rifle round off the back of Nex's insane entries, and at some point, everybody else will have to step up. We've actually got, 8 rounds on Conquest, 16, 14, 10, 10, and 10 is the kill line.
And Conquest on a round like this, they can't afford to miss any shots, because if they start falling to the pistols, if mousesports were to win a round here in round 22, that would just break up Conquest's money and probably send them, in a tailspin crashing to the ground. But here it is. Conquest bringing everybody down, have barely taken any damage. It's Nex and Dennis trying with the Tech 9s out in B. Rush going to stop that. Nex does find one, but Rush is there with the double. Actually a quad kill on the round.
Round 22, Nex has 30 kills. 30 and 13 is this man after really having a lackluster performance on Overpass. And I guess it couldn't come at a more critical moment. Now, Conquest within 4 of tying up. They still got a lot of work to do. mousesports, as the rounds go on, if Conquest continue to play a static style, they figure out what their setup is, mousesports will be able to exploit them. They've got Gob, he's a genius. He can easily find a way through the defenses of Conquest. And that is only if they get too comfortable. And Stanislav made noise there. Sometimes that can be enough to cancel a boost, but I'm not sure they heard it. And it looks like it will be fruitful. Pretty good, Claire.
This is Smoke. Stanislav having to push a smoke to get into A main. And he
Nico's
gets there,
in
but Chris J is already dead. And yeah, Nico's in Squeaky. He wasn't in A main.
He's going to see the bomb.
And Stan fighting, and he brings down Nex. Nex, who was so hot in the first half, getting a bit neutralized here as he slipped over to the T side. And who else is going to step up for mousesports? Because Nex is almost doubling every single person on his team. Nico's got 17 frags. That's the next closest.
See Stanislav with a flying door close.
Got B with a, looks like a set smoke to the truck side and a flash as well. Shazam still has eyes on that. Nico going over the box right now. Oh, Shazam will not be caught off guard. Uses that op, has spotted a leg through that smoke. Pulls out that Tech 9, gets flashed, but Dennis flashing himself a little bit. Shazam will live. 3 surviving for Conquest. That's their 10th round. They've also entered the double digits. We've got a real match on our hands here in map 3 now.
Some fantastic trades. Nico, if he was able to get that second kill off of a missed no-scope from Shazam, could have gone on to been able to plant the bomb. I mean, there's just so many options at that point. So,
I mean, that kill going either way decides the round for each team pretty much. Nico gets it, mousesports win, Shazam hits it, they won.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that, like a favorable after plan and just a round win. Molly down on boost. mousesports on a save. Conquest money looking pretty good. Pretty good. I think Shazam has quite a bit more money than his teammates, but I guess are still in danger of saving.
Yeah, they could sustain one loss here and get back to mostly rifles with some limited utility. But also a chance in this round to definitely get to that position. It's just the Tech 9 armor, so Conquest
playing retake on A.
Keep some people up. Shazam hitting shots. It's like Naf. Yeah, they're playing retake on A as you just said.
The bomb is still in A main though. This is not good. They could plant right now if they didn't have the bomb.
Shazam gets pushed and he had 2 allies behind him, but they moved over to go Z and get to highway. And Naf now in a very dangerous position, getting peeked on both sides of the highway. Rush trying to bring it back in order because it's 3-on-3. And look at the bomb, it's sliding all the way back to B. Rush isn't going to hear the footstep. He actually finds the bomb. That's a massive kill onto Nico. Chris J continuing to fight on the white truck, but it may not matter. Can he get both these kills?